Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a court case that's a masterclass in what not to do as a landlord. It's a wild story about a rental deal gone wrong, so buckle up. The scene is a courtroom, and the judge is questioning a young man who, along with his partner, rented a townhouse back in October of 2015. A few months later, in April, they decided to sublet the master bedroom to a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Phillips, who are the plaintiffs in this case. The judge starts with the basics. So, you rented the master bedroom to the plaintiffs. How much rent did you charge them? The defendant explains they charged a $1,000 deposit and were supposed to charge $1,000 in rent, but they lowered it to $800. The judge wants to know exactly how much money changed hands in April. The defendant confirms the plaintiffs gave him the $1,000 deposit, plus $600 for rent, and then another $100 a few days later. So, a total of $1,700. But he adds that they still owed him $100. The judge confirms the total paid is $1,700. Next question. On what date did they move in? The defendant isn't sure, estimating sometime between April 5th and 7th. And when were they told they had to get out? The defendant replies, probably a week or two later. This is where it gets interesting. The judge asks why they were told to leave. Was it because the defendant didn't have the right to rent the room? Or because he rented it to someone else? The defendant starts to explain. The reason was we were supposed to get them on the lease. And at the time they weren't on the lease. We were in the process of doing it. The judge cuts him off, getting straight to the point. When you rented them the room, you didn't have the right to rent them the room. So they were told to leave. Who told them to leave? The defendant admits the property manager came in, along with somebody else. He explains they have 3 rooms and had someone else supposed to rent from them. The judge, clearly losing patience, tries to get him to listen carefully. Listen carefully, sir. You took their $1,700, and a week later, they were told they had to get out of the room. That's what this case is about. The $1,000,000 question, or in this case, the $1,700 question. Why didn't you give them their money back? The defendant claims he did agree to give the money back. So, why didn't he? He says, because there was an agreement that we had. They told us if you give us your TV, you don't have to pay us. The judge is completely stunned. Did you ever tell them that? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. The defendant doubles down, saying, well, that's the dumb thing he did. The judge fires back. I'm going to undo dumbness because he's very dumb. The defendant mutters, no, you're very dumb. The judge doesn't miss a beat. I'm not very dumb. People give you $1,700. A week later, they're told by the building management that they can't live there. They're kicked out. The defendant tries one last time to push the TV story. He said he would take the TV instead. The judge ignores this and goes back to the facts. You advertise for a room. Where did you advertise? The defendant says Craigslist. So, these were total strangers who answered the ad. They gave him $1,700 in cash. They were in the place for just a week. Then, the property manager, along with the police, came and told them to get out. The judge looks at the defendant, completely incredulous. What are you out of your mind? There's really nothing left to say. The judge makes the final ruling. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. And that's the end of that. A short, chaotic, and frankly unbelievable case. It is a powerful reminder to always make sure you have the legal right to sublet a property. Before you take anyone else's money, don't end up like this guy, trying to trade a TV for $1,700 in cash in front of a judge. What do you all Think about this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more courtroom drama. See you in the next video.